Hello everyone, I'm back, and today I'm here to maximize your fear. So far, 2023 has been a year filled with many strange things caught on trail cams. From weird unidentified creatures to killers and to many other unexplainable phenomena. So today I decided to highlight some of the most chilling and downright horrifying creatures caught on trail cameras this year. So grab your maximum fear coffee mugs and allow your fear to be maximized as we recap the scariest trail camera clips of 2023. The following photos were taken by a picture trail camera in Menominee, Michigan. The city of Menominee is known for their local hunting resort and fishing port. Because it's such a big hunting area, there are lots of trail and game cameras placed throughout. And this specific trail cam here was reportedly pretty far into the woods. It snapped 3 photos, all with the deer in the foreground. Looking at the first and second pictures, there's nothing out of the ordinary, but take a look at the third one. You might not see it at first, but when you look closely, back in the trees is a big hairy creature. And we can tell it is indeed something living because the first pictures did not pick it up. It just suddenly appears and moves into the background of the third photo. Some say the deer didn't see the giant creature, but others argue that the deer seems alert and that it seems to be looking in the direction of the being. Online users believe that this is real evidence of Bigfoot. And when we zoom in and really get a good look at the creature, it really does look like a Sasquatch. And also when we look at the tree beside it, I can estimate that its height is about 8 feet or taller. It has broad shoulders and a wide stature, showing us that it's not human. Some argue it could be a primate, but Michigan is not home to any primates, so how could this be? Definitely a very puzzling capture. Let me know what you all think in the comments. This deeply chilling trail cam video was taken on October 26, 2023, and it hasn't been seen by practically anyone. TikTok user DeBlankers shared his terrifying trail cam footage with the world because he could not explain it. Take a look. The grainy footage shows a pale humanoid-looking creature crawling its way through the dense forest. This thing looks extremely alien-like. Its body resembles a human, however it's way too skinny and oddly shaped to be a human, and way too pale. It's just so disturbing to look at. Imagine you're out alone in the woods in the middle of the night and you look over and see this creature crawling around. Commenters had a few theories for this one. Some think it's a skinwalker, some think it's a creature called the rake, and others think it's some sort of extraterrestrial. Regardless of which theory is correct, one thing's for sure. If this is real footage, it's certainly something paranormal. A video just released to the public the other day starts with a man named John going for a walk down a secluded path. The path appears very dark and desolate, surrounded by trees. John continues to walk around and everything seems normal. Until it wasn't. Appearing from behind the last tree on the right is some weird humanoid figure. It's a little hard to see, but when we zoom in and enhance the footage, it's clear that it's not a human. What the heck is this thing? It looks like it doesn't have any legs and is just holding itself up by its long, skinny arms. Its eyes appear dark and sunken, giving it an even more menacing appearance. After John filmed this disturbing footage, he quickly left this trail, leaving this creature behind. John and the commenters believe that this was a skinwalker, a legend from the Navajo Native Americans. The skinwalker is said to be a malevolent spirit that can shapeshift and take on many different forms. It can pose as humans and animals. The goal of these negative entities is to blend in and lure people out into the woods, where they do who knows what to them. These beings are said to feast upon innocent humans. They try to act like they're in danger or cry out for help in an attempt to coax them out into the wilderness. So is that exactly what's happening in this footage right here? Is this a real skinwalker encounter caught on camera? Many seem to believe so. This shocking trail cam capture comes from Reddit. The uploader of the photo says, quote, "Taken on my older family member's trail camera in Kentucky," end quote. And here's what they captured. At first, it almost looks like a monkey or some sort of primate. But when we zoom in closer on the head, it's hard to make out, but you can see what looks like pointy ears sticking up. And the face appears round. It almost looks like the face of a dog or something like that. It's very strange looking. Skeptics argue that it could just be a primate, but something just looks off. Others stress that it's a cryptid creature called the Dogman. The Dogman is a half-man, half-dog creature, just as the name states. It's said to inhabit the woods and is closely related to Bigfoot and other cryptids as such. And shockingly, an overwhelming amount of these Dogman sightings happen every single year. These sightings typically come out of North America in the more rural states. These reports include loud howling noises and barking noises, but they're much too deep and guttural to be a dog or anything else. And scratch marks and strange markings on trees, and even photographic evidence and eyewitness accounts just like this one. And this photo here resembles exactly what they say a Dogman looks like. Some also state that it could be a young Bigfoot. Very shocking to say the least. This footage is just super unsettling to watch. A group of people went golfing in Africa and had a terrifying experience. Here is the footage. An absolutely massive cobra is seen slithering through the grass. It reaches the tee and does some sort of weird jump maneuver to get by it. Just imagine this thing chasing you like that. It's just so creepy. Just look at the way it moves. If you don't like snakes, you're definitely going to hate this footage here. But also, if you take your attention away from the snake, we can see a mongoose lurking in the back. And this is actually what the snake was running from, because these animals actually eat cobras. Believe it or not, mongoose and cobras are some of each other's fiercest predators. The cobras win most of the time, but the mongoose is ruthless. The caption of this video reads, "Dangerous playing off the red tees in Africa." But man, people usually underestimate the size of these snakes. This footage really shows us how big and menacing they truly are. Now, not much information is given on this photo, but I found it online and I knew I had to share it with you all. It was captured by a trail camera deep in the woods on January 23rd, 2015. Despite being taken many years ago, it has not been seen by many at all. The photo taken by this picture-taking trail cam shows something truly unexplainable. A deer with 5 glowing eyes and 8 legs. It appears to be much larger than the average deer or buck. This thing is just standing there staring into our souls through the lens of the camera. Is this some sort of strange mutated deer that happened to be spotted by a trail cam? Some think it could have been a glitch within the camera when snapping the photo, but it's so clear that there's almost no way that it could have been some sort of glitch. Others state that it could have been edited, however it does look very real. I'll let you guys be the judge of this one. The following encounter takes place in the Amazon. The residents of a small Peruvian district called Alto Nanay have been reporting some very strange happenings recently. Alto Nanay inhabits about 3,000 people, and it's located in the northern Amazon basin. The strangeness all began on July 11th, 2023. In the late hours of the night, the locals were attacked multiple times by gangs of so-called extraterrestrial beings, and the attacks have continued on throughout the recent months. The locals report that these dangerous creatures are alien-like. They stated that they're 7 foot tall plus and wear futuristic armor on their bodies, and they also float around. They have unproportionately big heads with bright yellow and greenish eyes. On top of all of these reports, a shocking photo has surfaced from the nearby area. Taken by a local of Alto Nanay, the photo shows a glowing alien-like creature. It appears shorter than the ones of the other encounters though, but it definitely doesn't look like anything that belongs to this planet. With its big head and pale skinny body, it completely resembles an extraterrestrial. The locals quickly speculated that these were the face peelers, a superstitious legend of the area. The face peelers are alien creatures that match the descriptions of these beings. They have bright yellow eyes and armor and are very tall, and they float around using round-shaped shoes or feet. The face peelers feast on human faces, organs, and even fat. Some locals claim that they have shot at and hit some of these creatures in the recent attacks, and apparently they are immune to bullets. One local recalls, "I shot one of them 2 times and it was uninjured. It just floated straight up and disappeared into the sky. Bullets had absolutely no effect on these otherworldly creatures." Because of these encounters with the so-called face peelers, the community has been very on edge, awaiting these attacks. A Peruvian news outlet, Latina Noticias, interviewed locals. A man named Davila states that he had a face-to-face encounter with one of these face peelers. He says, quote, "We have met almost face-to-face, though its face was hardly visible. I saw the creature's whole body levitating at a height of approximately 1 meter off the ground," end quote. The district of Alto Nanay have since requested military help from the government to try to help combat these attacks. Locals stated, quote, "We need support for our community. Our children do not sleep and our mothers stay up all night. We are very frightened by what's occurring throughout our community," end quote. This story has been covered recently by very many news outlets, adding much more credibility to the story, considering all of these eyewitness accounts and the disturbing alien photo that was recently released from the area. Could this small district really be under attack? It seems pretty legit to me, and locals are extremely adamant that this is all 100% real. This mysterious video was picked up by a trail cam on January 9th. It's a very quick clip. It shows a deer roaming around in the forest in the front of the frame, but it's what's going on in the background in the sky that's puzzling viewers. Check it out. Something is flying through the air, but the deer doesn't seem too aware. Watch again. Most think that this was a meteor or comet perfectly caught by the trail cam, but others have given in to supernatural theories such as aliens and UFOs. Some thought that this was an unidentified flying object controlled by extraterrestrials. Even though the camera is very far away and we can't really get a good look at the object, it most likely is just a meteor or something like that, considering the way it appears to be burning while flying at crazy speeds. But honestly, either way, UFO or meteor, this is still an amazing capture. For a trail camera to turn on and begin recording, it has to be triggered by something. And they're triggered by heat and motion from living things. And it's rare for things to even walk in front of trail cams. And the fact that this deer just so happened to walk right in front of the trail camera as this meteor or flying object was flying through the sky is just insane. If it weren't for the deer, we would have never seen this footage at all. This, let's just say, very odd and puzzling photo was supposedly taken by a trail cam in Ohio. It was captured on November 3rd. Here is the photo. This up-close photo gives us a good look at this strange being. This photo is scary, but I can't help but to laugh because it looks hilarious too. It looks like an emo Bigfoot or something. Anyways, what the heck could this one here be? Some think that it could just be a monkey, but the state of Ohio is not home to any primates. Some are saying this could be a female Bigfoot or something. People are also talking about how human the eye looks. It's just so off-putting and there's no way it's a primate. But obviously, because we can only get a close look at the face of this creature, we are not able to 100% come up with a true theory. But we can hypothesize. And most are hypothesizing that this is indeed a real photo of Bigfoot, a female Bigfoot to be exact. A woman was out on a hike through a forest in Brazil. She was in a pretty remote area deep into said forest. But as she hiked deeper and deeper, she ran into a little oasis, a small rocky river with a beautiful waterfall creating the flow of water. Because of how tranquil and amazing this sight was, she decided to get out her camera and take this video. But as she recorded, something mysterious happened that turned this tranquil environment into something not so tranquil at all. As she films the waterfall, we can see something weird happen within the falls. A dark, shadowy silhouette appears from within the falls. It appears to just materialize in the matter of seconds. 1 second, it was just water falling down the slope. The next second, some strange entity is within the water. It appears and then quickly vanishes back into the falls. People were quick to call this something paranormal. People began to theorize that this was the spirit of someone who tragically lost their life in the nearby area in the woods, maybe even in these exact falls. Others claim that it's a demonic entity that resides within the oasis. They claim it's demonic because of its dark appearance. But anyways, this encounter shocked the woman, and viewers are perplexed as well. Now this trail cam footage is interesting. It starts out showing a skunk in the front of the shot, but in the background a dangerous predator is lurking. A pair of glowing eyes are seen, stalking the skunk. Then out emerges a wolf from the darkness. The wolf runs in and attempts to attack the skunk, but the skunk maneuvers around and then sprays the wolf. In a shocking turn of events, the skunk takes the victory here. The wolf becomes completely disoriented and overwhelmed by the spray of the skunk. It directly hit the wolf in the face, causing immense pain and burning. The wolf shakes around and tries to relieve the pain and intense smell by rubbing its face into the ground, but eventually the wolf would just lay down and admit defeat. You can't help but to feel bad for the wolf, but then you remember that the wolf was trying to eat the skunk, so now we don't feel as bad. And obviously the wolf would return to normal in the matter of minutes, as the effects of the spray would eventually subside. But anyways, just some interesting footage. A quick glimpse into the lives of the animals that live in the woods. Coming from Twitter, this footage is very odd. Once again, it was captured by a trail camera late at night. Take a look for yourself. At first, the footage appears normal, showing a deer roaming around doing typical deer things. But as we focus on the deer, something else captures our attention, as something flies right past the trail cam. It flies by pretty quickly. This bright white object speeds past, and because it's moving so fast, we can't exactly see what it is. The deer didn't even seem to notice as well, which deer usually notice everything, as they're usually very on edge. A lot of people are saying that this was just a bug of some sort, maybe a moth or beetle or something like that, some kind of insect. But paranormal enthusiasts think it's possibly something paranormal, like some kind of UFO controlled by extraterrestrials. But it's unclear what exactly the footage depicts, so who knows what it is. Alright, this video here might unlock a new fear. It just came out recently from a man named Bruce Diving on TikTok. He and a group of scuba divers were diving in the deep depths of the sea, when suddenly something went wrong. As they were casually swimming around and enjoying their expedition, everything began to shake violently. They realized that this was an earthquake. So this is what an earthquake looks like underwater. You can see everything begins shaking and shifting, and the divers begin flying around side to side. And a bunch of sand is kicked up from under the coral, and even the fish are sent swimming quickly past. Even though this footage is very scary, it's super fascinating to see something like this. To capture an event like this on camera is amazing and super rare. The top comment of the video reads, "That's significantly more terrifying than I was expecting." Another comment reads, "Great, now I've added being in the ocean during an earthquake to my paranoia list." I thought these comments were great, but anyways, wow, such a crazy capture. And I hope you all enjoyed today's clips. Alright, I think it's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, go ahead and smash the like buttons, mom. Let's aim for 2,000 likes for another one of these scary trail camera videos. And if you want to get to know me more, or you want to see more of my spooky content, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Maxwell Fear, or you can go ahead and follow me on TikTok, Maximum Fear YT. And be sure to subscribe to the channel because only 4% of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed. And be sure to hit that bell as well so you don't miss when I upload. And be sure to check out my merch, it's in the description down below. Alright, I hope your fear was maximized. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.